Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my assembly. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Mrs. Rickus, and today my assembly is about doing the right thing and being kind. It's really tough being a teenager nowadays. Don't let anybody tell you that life is easy for teenagers. It's not. It's really tough living with the coronavirus. It might be causing you a great deal of stress and worry, but you shouldn't worry. And as long as we follow the government guidelines, we will be safe. People worry about global warming. We all worry about global warming. There's programs on television that show the effect of deforestation, of pollution of the environment, and it makes everybody anxious about what will it be like in the future. Will there be all the plants and animals that there are today around in the future? People worry about social media too. Social media can bring such horrible things into our lives. People can say cruel and hurtful things using social media. And some people can make up lies and publish fake news, which can scare people even more. However, a few months ago, I was lucky enough to be shown a clip by my son on social media, on YouTube actually, that was really interesting. And what I want to do now is I want you to watch this clip. This clip was filmed on a beach in Brazil, which is a country in South America. And what I want you to do is watch really carefully what happens during this clip. Okay, so what did we see? Well, we saw a pod of dolphins approaching the beach at high speed. And then, for some reason that nobody really understands the reason why dolphins do this, or whales, they actually beached themselves on the beach where the people were. Some scientists think that the reason why dolphins and whales do this is because something has frightened them in the sea, Or it could be that they're following one of the dolphins that's poorly, and because they have such strong social bonds, they do follow each other, even into situations that can be quite dangerous. But this is a real disaster for any dolphin or whale that becomes beached in this way. They will die, and they can't survive when they're in that situation for too long. What was really interesting, though, was the way that the people on the beach reacted to the situation. The real heroes of this clip, in my eyes, were the men or the gentlemen that were wearing the orange tops. Straight away, these two guys that were playing with the bat and ball on the beach in Brazil literally just dropped their bat and ball, walked out into the sea, and started to try and rescue the dolphins. They would have been really unsure what to do, but they knew that they had to do something immediately, and they had a go. And this is really important because, you know, the people around those people, they started to follow those people's behaviour, and as a result of that, they were managed to rescue all those dolphins. And before that event, I guess that those guys in the orange top, they would never have experienced this sort of situation ever before. They did the right thing. It's always important to try and do the right thing and be sort of the example to people, if necessary, to do the right thing. And I see a lot of this in school when I'm on duty at lunchtime and when I'm walking around school. I see a lot of people doing the right thing, and I see a lot of people setting really good examples, like the people on the beach. They set a really good example and other people followed. And it's a really powerful thing to be able to do that. Helping out can make us feel better. And one of the reasons why this YouTube clip is still in existence many years after it was made is because actually watching that clip actually made me feel better. It's such a positive thing. And I would say to you that, you know, if you do the right thing, you can feel better too. You could feel happier and healthier within yourself. There is some evidence that being kind can actually be beneficial to your health. When you are kind and your brain understands that you've been kind, that it starts to release hormones that actually then make you feel better and good about yourself. And that sort of release of hormones can help to reduce anxiety. It can be good for your heart. It can help you to relieve stress and even maybe prevent you from becoming ill. And I bet that those guys on that beach in Brazil, they felt really, really happy and content with themselves and pleased with themselves at what they had achieved. And quite rightly so. That was a fantastic achievement. Now, you can't rescue dolphins on beaches, unfortunately. We don't have any beaches in Polesworth, but there are lots of things that you can do that can show how kind-hearted you are. And, you know, I see when I'm on duty at lunchtime, lots of examples of kindness and people doing the right thing. I see people clearing up when they've finished having their lunch, which means that Mrs. King doesn't have to tidy up after them, and that's marvellous. That shows a sense of caring about the environment and caring about somebody else by doing that yourselves. I also see that when I'm walking around school that some students will say good morning to me, or they'll open the door for teachers that are carrying books, and I think that that's absolutely marvellous. Again, a real kindness that people should be really proud of when they do those things. And you can be kind to each other. You know, you can think about ways in which you can support your friends and help your friends. Sometimes if your friend is feeling a little bit down and maybe tells you something that's upsetting them, it might be important to go to student services and tell somebody who can help to sort out the situation. And that is a very helpful and kind thing to do. And, you know, I've often said to students, you did the right thing, you did the kindest thing by doing that. Also, to be kind, you can volunteer to do things and help people out. You could make sure that the school environment looks good. There's lots of things you can do to help out and support the school environment and your friends. So being kind to other people is important, and being kind to the environment, but also be kind to yourself. Ask for help if you need it. Ask your teachers, ask your tutor. If you're worried about something, talk to people. I would never go home worried about something at school. I would always try and get it sorted out before I went home. And I think it's really important to do that, because you don't want to get too stressed and worried. You've got enough to worry about. Now, there's a really famous American inventor called Thomas Edison, and he said, "What you are will show in what you do." And this is really interesting, because what this really means is actions speak louder than words. And what you actually do and how you behave really will define the person that you are. And you know, I don't know those people on that beach in Brazil that walked into the sea to pull those dolphins back in. But you know what? I think that I like those people. I think they're great people just because of their actions. And I want you to think about that. Every time you do something good and somebody sees you doing something good, something positive, that is creating a lasting impression for how people will regard you. So think about who you are and what you do. And when you do something good, or if you hear of somebody who's done something really good, come and tell me. Come and share it with me, because I would really love to know when people do really good things, so I can reward them. Thank you for listening to my assembly, and have a good day, everybody.